Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunday edition of training. Um, Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon to improve your trading careers. My name is Sharmila Viswasam, Realtor Star Shar on Twitter and Discord. And I want to thank all my friends, my trading friends, for joining us today to have this wonderful training about phantom spots and dark pool prints and what exactly those are. We're really excited to hear from Kelsy, who has spent a lot of time and research doing this for us. And she's going to tell us all about her work. But, when we are here and we are learning on a Sunday afternoon about how to improve our trading careers and our trading, that goes to show a lot. So I want to thank each and every one of you for spending time and coming to this training today. This is for you. I thought, why not? We get all these informations about dark pool prints and phantom prints, and most of us trade SPY. And, why not really dig deep into it and find out what it really is? I connected with Kelsy about a year and a half ago on Twitter, and she just has a lot of insight on this stuff. And it's pretty amazing how those levels and those prints play a huge part in us trading SPY. So we're going to find out what they are, who they are. We're going to find out all about Kelsy. She's going to introduce ourselves. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Stocks Only, for recording this for our YouTube channels so we can, for the people that can't make it today, they could join and listen to it. So thank you, Rising Stars, for hosting this. So let's get started. So before we get started, we need some music. We need some motivation. So let's go. Let's roll. Go ahead, Stocks.
One of the things I tell young men, well, and young women as well, but the young men really need to hear this more, I think, is...
No. No. Oh, boy.
that you should be a...
Your headphones? It's probably your headset? I don't know. It's because you're broadcasting it. I don't know. Oh, okay, I don't know. You might want to widen the screen as well. There you go.
One of the things I tell young men, well, and young women as well, but the young men really need to hear this more, I think, is that you should be a monster. Because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
Being aggressive. That means you are ready to attack. As I always point out, this doesn't mean you walk around with your chest puffed out, ready to bang heads with everyone around you. It doesn't mean you confront people physically or mentally head on without a tactically superior plan. No. What it does mean is that you are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. If I think the enemy is going to attack me, I'm going to attack them first. If I think they are going to seize a piece of terrain, I am going to be there waiting for them. If I think the enemy is going to flank me, too late, I'm already flanking them. I view aggression as a fire in your mind that says, I am going to win. I am going to battle, and I am going to fight, and I am going to use every tool I have to crush my enemy. And that is what aggression is to me, the unstoppable fighting spirit, the drive. the burning desire to achieve mission success using every possible tool, asset, and strategy and tactic to bring about victory. It is the will to win. And if that kind of internal, relentless aggression is your default mode, you will win.
You think that your competitors are better than you? There's somebody who's gonna take your position. Turn up your game. Step up to the next level. Take practice more serious. Put more hours in. Put more time in. Challenge yourself to reach another level. Challenge yourself to beat your competitors. Challenge yourself to be a starter. Challenge yourself to win the championship. Your haters want you to fail. Write down. Make the decision that you won't give up. Make the decision that you won't give in. My why, it pushes me to another level. It pushes me to doing things that I didn't know I could do. It pushes me to be great. Greatness is not only talked about, it's about the work that you put in.
Awesome. All right. So before any further overdue, Kelsy, welcome. Tell us about yourself. Introduce us. Tell us about the work that you do with the Dark Pool and the Phantom Prince, and
Okay.
when you started all of this. Okay.
Let me get off of Discord.
If you leave Discord, we can't hear you on this side. So you're gonna have to. She's gonna have to stream. Can somebody message her? Okay, hold on. Stocks only, you're gonna have to log on to her Zoom.
Can you
Stream her Zoom.
echoing? Okay. Okay.
Sorry guys for the technical difficulty. We're trying to figure this out. We should have probably worked on it earlier.
Recording in progress.
Okay. There it is. Okay. See me? Okay. So I was talking about Shar. She's seen me from the very beginning days on Twitter when I was just a little Twitter noob, not really having any connections on here. And I was just tweeting and tweeting and tweeting about the levels. And she kind of lifted me up. I mean, I've gone from no followers to 3,000 something with the help of her. And it's just really cool because this community here, I mean, you guys appreciate the nerdiness and, you know, the data, it just works. So I was going to find a way, this is all like a preface of how I started the Algo. So I was trying to find a way to automate my tweets on all of those levels that I was doing. And then I figured out, okay, well, I can make this TradingView script and generate the levels in a way that was the same as I was drawing them, but I was trying to get it to be automatic. And then in the process of doing that, I developed a couple other indicators for the algo, and that became a thing. And then I thought, okay, can I add another aspect of it to something I've been watching on my own anyway? And that was the Phantom prints. And the Phantom prints are really, really cool because they're a version of dark pool prints that we've seen can really impact the market. And I was logging all this data, and then I thought, okay, well, I can share it and it could be beneficial. And I'm not trying to tell people which way to go, what trades to take. Like, that is not my thing, because this was supposed to be a hobby. So I kind of wanted it to be more of like a database type of thing. Same with the Algo. Like, yeah, I do the nightly emails, but I want this to be something that you can use on your own as a standalone tool that you can combine with your other services, whatever else you do, just something to enhance your trading. So I made Phantom Spot and Algo, and I'll talk about the Phantom prints first. And I made a little document for some of my members that couldn't make it to this, and then I thought I could share it with you guys. And a little preface for this, of course, this isn't financial advice. This is just stuff that I've found that seems to work for me, and it might not work for you. So there's that. So Phantom prints are a version of dark pool prints, and they're on private exchanges like the dark pool prints. And then eventually that information is made available on the tape. They have 48 hours to report it, but sometimes you can see it instant. And that is often the case that I've seen, is it seems to hit the tape pretty instantly. And we know these are Phantom prints because they're at prices that SPY was not trading at. And they tend to be a magnet. So it's for price discovery. And that's how it differs from a dark pool print. A dark pool print is where you've been trading and you can see like a huge volume block with it. This can be just one share. So it's pretty cool. And you know it's a transaction. You don't know if it's a buy or a sell, but you know it's a transaction, and that SPY needs to go to the next level. Someone's echoing. Okay. Let go. Hold on. Okay, just muted a couple. So these are really, really cool. And in my database, I consider it as open until the price trades to it, and then it's filled technically when the price goes to it. So how do we view these? First, we look at the spot strike difference, and the spot price is where SPY was trading at when the Phantom print hit the tape, and the strike price is where the print is at. So what we've seen is the smaller the difference between the two, the more likely it is to fill. So say you're trading at 450 and you get a print for 451 and your momentum lines up, like that's probably going to fill. But say the other day we had a print during regular trading hours for 420. That seems a little way off for the day. I mean, it can create a magnet, but that's something you would kind of put like on the back burner for more of a swing. Okay, so pre-market prints. These used to happen a lot, and for some reason lately they haven't been. It's been since October 4th. So this is a print that hits the tape in the pre-market, and it's usually a smaller spot strike price difference. So if it seems like it's reasonable to trade to, it can be a good target for the day. And then the other version of them that we see a lot is the system overload. And this is my favorite kind. And it's something that you can't really, trade price to, because typically they fill right away. There's a really small difference between the spot and the strike. And it's something that creates a huge level. So because that's creating a huge level, a strong move can follow, and the directional bias can be really cool after that. So I'm going to take you down on this. I put all the images on the bottom so you don't have to waste your ink. So the last time this gave a really good move was on October 4th. And if you remember, if you were with us with Phantom Spot, there were 222 new prints. and they were between 418.80 and 419.67, and you can see that with the circle on this chart. They were all instantly filled except for 2 of them at that same price at 418.80. So I said to use this level as an over-under, and it was kind of perfect too, because your 4-hour trend was lining up for a good bullish move. The 4-hour cycle had just crossed, and I have this theory, and it's been pretty good, but I don't want to, make you guys too confident in it. But I have a theory of, if you go in the direction of the previous print that was right before the system overload, that can give you your directional bias. So with this, the print right before was 445.22, and we went up to the 438 area, I think, on this one. So you didn't go fill it, but it's been pretty cool in the past. I will show you. So here's the phantom spot, and then here's all of these prints on October 4th. And then let's find the print that was right before. Okay, the one right before, it was for 445.22, and that was the night before, and that's kind of my theory. I'm not totally confident in it, but I think it's really cool because it works probably 8 times out of 10. So we eventually went to fill that 445, but the bearish momentum, when it came down, it was really cool because you came back to that 418.80 level to fill it. And that was such a strong level in the past. It gave you a little short covering bounce for a couple days and then back down. But so that's really cool. I mean, that's one of my favorites. And then you have regular trading hours prints. And these are the obvious. They hit during regular trading hours. And you use that same rule of thumb with the spot strike difference. And if it's reasonable, you can go towards it. And then if it's outside of the range, just take it with a grain of salt. It could just be creating something for the future. And then after hours prints. These, I get the least excited over these, but I think they do have a lot to say that I just need to give more time on. They're typically further away from your current trading price, but they can be used for the directional bias. And if you remember, I think it was Tuesday this week with the CPI. Okay, yeah, here it is. So on Monday, your only print of the day, and it was your only print, and it was on, it was an after hours print, and it was for 461.28. And I think that could have been the hint to pop it off of CPI, because from that, this bottom of the wick was a 50K print that we had been watching and had launched it. And it filled a ton of prints along the way. But I think if you just look at these and study these more, there can be a pattern that comes up. So that's something I'm working on. I don't want to totally put it out there until I've tested it so many times. And then we have the high volume prints, and these are very unusual. So number one, a phantom print is rare considering how many prints hit the tape during the day. And number two, a high volume print can be the cherry on top. I think it's one of my favorites. So if there's a volume of 100K and up, it can create a strong magnet, and we've seen that it can be in play even after the print was filled. I forget which month it was, but there was a 500K, I think, for a 446 level, and we just zigzagged around that for almost 2 weeks. So those levels can still be in play. And then on chart 3, I want to show you, this is my most exciting one recently. So on October 25th, I tried to align that circle pretty good, but it was hard. There was a 300K print for 410, and it was filled 2 days later. And then on that weekend for the Sunday analysis, I was talking about using that as an over-under because it was the most recent high volume print that was filled. And you can see the 4-hour trend just went beast mode from that. And we're still climbing. So I think that can be very, very helpful. We have right now an open print at 458.66, and it's a 50K, and it's kind of one of those like middle ground high volume. Like, yeah, it's high volume, but it's not like the big dogs we've seen where it impacts price like right away. So that's something I am watching. And then with the key levels, the phantom prints can be really, really cool because they can create key support and resistance. And then I like to keep recently filled prints like from the same week on my chart. And if you get too many lines on there, I'll just like make it a really thin line with the dots and just keep it small, but still, you know, have a sense for what it is. And then I'll show you right now where SPY is at. So the other night, we got 21 new prints for this 450 area, or 440, my bad. And you know, it's kind of like the system overload in the morning, but it's the first time I've seen this many prints at the same level in after hours. So it is something that can be worth watching on the downside. And then right below, we've gotten several prints in the 434 to 436 area. And you can see if you just play it really simple, look left, it's been a key level several times. And then to the upside, so we have a bunch of prints in the 455 to 456 area. There's that 46K at 458, and then the 458.92. So it's kind of like we're in a channel right now. So this is kind of what I mean when they say, you know, it can be a key support and resistance. And this is your channel trade right now. So we don't know which one will fill first, but we know technically we are closer to the 454.98, but our 4-hour trend is not looking very promising right now. It could be a bull flag, but I'll just be using this 448 and then the 452 as a breakdown and breakout level. So there's Phantom Spot, and then want to show you about the algo real quick. So this is the original thing that I was trying to make with the algo. These are Fibonacci based levels. So if you know much about fibs, you have the 38% in there, the 68 or 61, you have the 50, you have everything. And the way I've commanded this to draw the fib is based on what I've seen to be the most accurate way. So this was Thursday, and you can see I took off the trend and I put it on regular candles just to keep it simple. But there was price action with your levels. Sometimes people say, okay, there's way too many levels on here, but you can see they give you good stair stepping areas. So then the other aspect to the automatic levels is the higher time frame. So this chart is set to a week, and this was our price action for the week. We started down here, danced around, and then just went straight beast mode to, what was that, 450-ish. You pull back, you can have some slippage. Obviously, these levels aren't going to be perfect, but from this top to this bottom right here, and then the bouncing around that was pretty cool. So you can see how many levels are on there. I just zoom. And then the other one that I wanted to show you was the 12-month. That was really interesting this week. The levels don't look that different, but you can see last Monday we peaked, the high a day was exactly at this fib. And then the rest of the week we're dancing in between these levels. So that's another reason why I say that 448 to 452-ish can be very important. Because above you have 464, we have some prints up there. And then below that 441, which is by all those 440s that we just got. So another aspect of it is the Algo manual. And this is what I use for the small cap runners that I'll post. So this week on AIRE, I used the low and the high, and you just go to the settings and type it in. And I kind of want this to be an example of why I keep former runners on my charts, and I'm not like, I have tabs of the former runners open, because on day 2 and 3 and 4, this came back and it was playing off of the same levels. And you'll see a lot the double lines. And I have a member that I go back and forth with a lot about these double lines. They can be a good zone. So you came from 7 and back up to 14. So that was cool. And then the SGD, if you wanted to make levels for that extended hour session, I would have used that most recent low at 38.20. And then the high of day on Thursday, and those were your levels. And then from there, if you want to go and update it, say it's halting and you want new levels that might be useful, you can update it. So I would just go here and I would do 10.00. And you can see when it was coming back down, it stopped at this level, had a small bounce. Stopped at this level, had a small bounce. So that's that. And then for the Algo levels preview, I go over SPY, IWM, Tesla, Apple, and AMC. And I kind of picked those to have a little bit of everything. Like, everyone loves SPY, obviously. IWM, I love. The options chain moves really, really well. Tesla and Apple, obviously fan favorites. And then AMC, I kind of chose that to show people, you know, you don't have to be stuck in the stock forever to make your money back. You can play the options, play the up and down, and it can be a theory, but it can come back. I don't know. I just feel bad for the people that are stuck in that from that whole crazy run. So, so these are the SPY levels that I made for the Algo levels preview. I haven't finished that today, so that is still to go out. But I will just go in and type in the day's high and low, and that's intended to show what the Algo Auto will show at the open. And then I go through, I make my own targets, and I do the upside and the downside, because I want you not to have a bias. I want you to be flexible, and I don't want to say an up target and then it be a down day, and then, you know, you have all those bad feelings. So I include both, and I think it's helpful because there are days, like on Tesla a lot recently, we'll go up to the first area of interest and then to the first one on the bottom, and then bounce from there. So I just want you to have like decent ranges to play with. And I'm trying to show you, like, for new members, how I can read the algo during the day. So that's why I do the review. And I'll say, like, the 1 hour cycle turned bearish. You had that small pop, and then at the open, the 15-minute trend was very bearish. So the 1 hour followed. So I just want to keep it simple like that.
You okay?
Yeah. What else?
Put that on the Halloween section, Frank.
Kelsey, this is awesome. I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
The phantom spots, like, okay, can you give us an introduction of like what exactly they are? I mean, you already explained it, but like, how do you get these prints? Like, where do you see the stuff coming into you?
So you can see them on the tape. They will stand out, and, you know, like, if you would see me at my trading setup, I look like a mad woman. Like, I have tick by tick open, and then there's I think Cheddar Flow and
Yeah, and black
Black
blocks.
show that. I've been trying to find a way to make it like easier for me, because when I go like if I go run an errand during the day, it's difficult.
Right.
You're looking back through the history. I mean, once your eyes are trained, you can see them because
Okay.
it's obvious. Like, okay, I'm so used to looking at, 449 to 451 during the day. Okay, this is weird that we have a 440.
Right.
And then things like that wick that one day the other week.
Yep.
That's
After
a lot of
hours.
discussion, because it was something that whatever system that TradingView uses for their tape, their tick by tick, it was something that was seen and plotted. And the other, there's someone. Okay. So yeah, it's just my eyes get really, really tired at the end of the day. And some of you will see that I have typos in my email, and that drives me crazy that I do that.
These phantom prints, they're coming from where? Like the Department of Treasury, institutional buyers?
They are whoever trades in the dark pool. So
Okay.
that would be the hedge funds.
Okay.
So these aren't, I mean, there's a lot of talk about it being from a retail trader, like a fat finger, but these are reported to the tape from the dark pool network.
Okay.
And
that could be that's mostly institutional.
Right.
Okay.
And we know like over half of trading in the market occurs in the dark pool, and that is made public to us when they like put it through the tape, literally. So that's when you'll see the print come through, and that's why I call it the spot price, because that's just where we were trading when that came through. And that's kind of a tool to, make it see if you're like reasonable, if it's a reasonable target. But these phantom prints, they can tell us a lot, and we're extremely fortunate that they make this available for us.
Right.
The rules and regulation are, I think it's 48 hours that they have to report. But a lot of, I mean, I don't know them personally, but in my head, they're doing us a favor by putting them through.
Right. No. Yeah. I think that's the SEC guidelines and like the rules they have to by law.
Right.
Within 48 hours, have to report their dark pool, even though we don't know who they are, or
Right.
very big mystery. We don't know, which institution, if it's Sedell, if it's, Morgan Stanley,
Right.
we don't know. So, but
Right.
what we do know is the volume on them, and we do know where they bought it, or
Right.
where they placed it.
Right.
And it gives us a good indication of what direction SPY is going to take, and the way that we determine is through the price action, right? So
Absolutely.
obviously if we're trading at 450 and a phantom print comes in at 250 Eastern, an hour 10 minutes before power hour, and it comes in for 420, we already know that unless something major news break is going to happen in the next 10 minutes, the world's about to collapse. SPY's not going to dunk down to 420, right? So that's just, but if we do get a phantom print that comes in at 250, PM, 10 minutes before power hour, and we're sitting at 450 as the range right now, and it comes in for 453, well, there's a good indication that we're about to squeeze to 453, but you have to watch the price action. Okay. Right. So, this is a tool that you can use while trading SPY. There's a lot of people in here that trade SPY and SPX, and this is a really, really great tool to keep in mind. I kind of knew last week that we weren't, that the week prior that we weren't over, that it wasn't over for the upside. Like people were trying to guess the top, right? So they could get in their put positions. And I kind of knew that it wasn't over when that crazy wick came in
Right.
at 448,
Oh,
449.88. Okay. Or
very
was
low.
it 440?
439.88.
Yeah, 439.88, right? I kind of knew that the upside wasn't over when that happened. And Kelsey gave us a good indication that those candles are going to be played out during trading hours.
Right.
And what happened? Not the next day, but the following day, we skyrocketed, right?
Right.
So, that was a great, 10-point play.
It's
On,
huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you could have positioned yourself in calls, and you would have made a lot of money.
Right. So I would
Um,
like to touch on that too, because, we have this database with all of these historic records of the prince, and this is how we knew it kind of could go up. I mean, it wasn't a feel safe thing, but we had a print like this. I forget when it was, but it was one of those wicks where it didn't show up on everyone's charting platform. But on day number 2, we filled the entirety of the wick. So even though the print was already filled, we came up to it. And this was a good example. It just takes some digging. Like we have the data, we have, history repeats itself. And you have these clues in here. It just takes, the time.
Yep, good job. Good job. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like what is your background? How when did you start trading stocks?
So yeah. I'm from Ohio originally. I went to college for rowing, and then I went on for my master's. And
what?
I went to college for rowing, like rowing in the boat.
Oh,
Yeah. A lot of people are like, "What? You did crew? What is crew?"
yeah, okay. So you did that for 4 years?
Yes.
What school did you go to?
Stetson University. It's a
Okay.
small school in Florida, but it was D1 rowing, and I went on for my master's at Harvard, and I started that during like COVID time.
Okay.
So, like some of my classes were there, and then COVID happened, and a lot of my classes were online on Zoom like everywhere else. And it was, one of the first schools to shut down and one of the last to reopen. So, when you're not physically somewhere, I think you have more time to, you're not doing all the social stuff. And that's kind of when I got into trading, because I was taking financial investment classes, and I got into trading in the 2020, the crazy era of you can't ever lose. So I did, and I put a lot of time into learning all of this, because I had some of the fundamentals and I knew like about the markets and investments and how to make the right choices, but I didn't really know like the charting aspect of it and the order flow and all of that.
Right.
So I took trading classes, and I have taken probably 120 classes to date.
Wow.
There's a guy on Twitter, I highly recommend him, Dark Side Trader. He has classes every week. His service is very expensive now, so if you don't have the money, I wouldn't totally recommend it, but I got locked in at a lower rate, and it has been the best thing, because I would take a class in that 2020 time, and then I would look on the charts and see like, okay, how can I apply this to what I've seen? And then, the whole domino effect of wanting to learn something and wanting to master it. Like, I've always been a numbers girl and always like spreadsheets. So I keep track of everything, like every little trade I did, every little data point I saw. And that's kind of, what got me into like the fibs and the way that I would draw them that would work. And I would repeat it, and it would still keep working. And then the same with the Phantom prints. I just was tracking them on my own. And then I read and read and read. And I just, I did all that studying. And then I thought, okay, this is cool. This is something that could benefit other people. And if I'm doing it already, like, why not share it?
What an excellent story. I mean, you are a shining star, a rising star, just getting into Harvard master's program. Was it an MBA program, or what kind of program was that?
So you're gonna laugh. I am a sustainability girl, so completely unrelated.
Okay.
A master's of liberal arts.
Okay.
All of my electives that I would take would be all of the sustainable investments, financial planning, like all of that stuff. So that was clearly my main focus. That probably, I didn't realize at the time I should have gone the finance track.
Yeah, it's okay. But I mean, you know what? You're very smart, and to get into that, and it looks like you spent countless of hours
Oh my gosh.
into stock trading and training yourself. And that's what this is all about. It's about waking up and showing up every single day and putting in the hours. And there's so many different aspects of the financial market. So you could pick, it's a huge slice of the pie, right? There's different slices of pie. And this is just one little slice of the pie that you have decided to focus all your energy on and all your time in to master your skill set. So, we thank you for obviously sharing your knowledge and your expertise and your insights with us, because the Phantom Prince, is very it's curious, right? We want to know what they're doing with this money that they're putting in, what the fills that are coming in. Obviously we don't know much because we're retail traders, but it's really cool to see how they move the markets, right? SPY is one of SPX's trades $1 trillion a day, or more. So that itself shows you the power of how the money moves. And this is a huge component of the stock market and the financial markets. So we appreciate you for giving us your insights and doing this training with us. And we'll do more, as we get deeper into it. We're all newbies, we're all learning. You guys know my stock story. I started in 2020 when I was isolated, sitting at home bored, and I couldn't sell houses, right? Everyone was shut down. So we're going to open up this session. So Kelsy can ask questions. You guys can ask questions to Kelsy and she can answer. If you're in Discord, just type it in Discord in the main chat or the No Days Off channel so I can ask it for you.
Okay, perfect. And I know that was a lot of information to throw at you guys, but I think
and how can people follow you? Are you tell us like where we could find your information and all that good stuff.
So I have the Kelsy on Wall Street Twitter, and then I have the Phantom Spot Algo Twitter.
Okay.
And I have the email. If you join, you'll get the daily emails, and I will spam the crap out of you if there's new prints.
Oh yeah, I appreciate those emails. I'm always check. I never check my emails during trading hours, but then unless I'm in a real estate deal or something. But lately, I've been looking to check my emails every hour to see a new email from you, and there's a new.
Yes, it's funny. In my head, I keep thinking I'm forcing these people to clean out their emails and be organized.
Yes, I do put everything. I have a file for you in my email.
I'm honored.
So guys, is anybody on Zoom have any questions for her? Maybe you're curious of how phantoms work and you have a question.
Okay.
Hi, Kelsy. It's Jen.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Everything is so interesting. I do have a question. So, you know how like we just got like a ton of the prints, they're like 7 volume. Do you think that's the same I guess person or institution buying those phantom prints, or you think it's several other going along with them?
You're gonna think I'm crazy, but you know how I think everything is a code.
That's what I was thinking. I've looked through the Phantom prints when they filled. I study that because I'm like, I think there's a pattern, there's a code.
Right.
I was thinking that a few weeks ago, but go ahead. I want to listen to what you think of that.
So I think they're all, I mean, my guess would be all the same fund or person, like the same, you know, transactional trader.
Okay.
The volumes I think are very interesting because the order that they hit, I think there were 7 of them at 7
Yeah.
volume. So, you know, they're going to change the volume codes, but I don't know if you remember, but back in the 2020 days when people were trying to like decode the volumes that would come through the tape, it was like 505 meant like drop it. 911 meant like do something quick. We don't know what these new codes are, but I think it's something. I'm glad you're following that too.
I am following it. I'm trying to figure that out. And one more question.
Yeah.
You know how like we've been getting the Phantom prints coming in. So just say it's a 60 and then a 460 and a 440. What do you take on that? Are they trying to mess with you? Like so you can't figure out what they're doing?
Right. So I think it's part of like the channel that they've created right now. So, okay, I'll put this on the 15-minute chart. Where was that?
Because the past few days we've been getting two. You notice that they're like so far away from each other. I'm like, what are they doing here?
So it's kind of like one of those things, like whatever side in the end has the most pull will eventually, you know, be the one that we do first. And it's kind of the same with this breakout and breakdown level. We've been consolidating here and we're getting equal pulls coming from both sides. So that's tricky because, you know, we have these 440s, but then we have these 450s and
the 460s that have been sitting there for quite some time.
Right. So we've had one of those 461s since, I mean, a while ago. I think it was from over here that we've had a 461. So I think it is like a tug of war game, and you just gotta keep track and see where is your trend and your momentum going to align to, and then your breakdown levels, and then keep in mind, like, okay, we have a 46K right here. That can definitely be a magnet to the upside. So that would need to become new support, in my opinion, to try the 460s and that 464 that we have. So it's a game, it's a chess game for sure.
Okay, thank you very much. I was curious what you were thinking about those.
Yeah, thank you. I love your accent, by the way.
Thank you. Where do you think I'm from?
Boston?
New York.
New York.
New York, but I lived in Florida for 17 years, but they ain't taking this accent away from me.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions?
I like the phantoms with the high volume.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Yeah, I actually mark them. I don't mark all the dark pools and the phantoms on my chart, but those magic lines that I always talk about in RST, those are phantoms. You know, those magic lines are big volume phantoms that I mark. I do mark them.
I love them.
Question. I don't know if you want to tell the secret, but where do you get the information from about the Phantom prints? Is that open to the public, or is it something that you pay for to receive?
I do the tape. Like, I have NASDAQ Book Viewer, which is $15 a month, and you can set it to see the tick by tick. And then I have the Webble tick by tick, which I love. Oh my gosh, I have an iPad that's set up, and I just go through, and it lets you scroll back pretty far.
Okay.
And then
anyone can get the Phantom prints. I mean, you can subscribe to Cheddar Flow, Dark. What is that? Black Box.
Yeah,
they show the Phantom prints daily, like she does. It's just more expensive, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
But Yeah, I mean, these levels are not like secrets.
Right.
Everyone
You can find them.
has,
Yeah.
everyone sees them. So institutional buyers see them, we see them, everyone sees them. So it's
Right.
just, you just have to play level by level, and you have to pay attention to the ones with the high volume. And that will, and okay, so just like I said, if we get a phantom print for 460, does that mean SPY is going to go to 460 tomorrow? No, that doesn't mean that. It just means that you have to watch the price action. If you see volume coming in and you see massive amounts of volume in the millions, and it's only pre-market, and SPY usually doesn't have, right now, since we're in a bearish market, we don't really see a lot of volume in pre-market, right, on SPY. But like, let's say we wake up tomorrow and we see 20 million in pre-market, on SPY, then there's a good indication that, yeah, we might go to 460 tomorrow, right? But you just have to follow the price action. The phantom prints are really there to just guide us.
Right. And then I think too, like having this database of them, you can go back and see like, okay, I'm confused. Say you have a whole morning full of the system overload prints, you get 100 new prints and you can't remember, okay, what happened the last time. This is why I keep the data recorded, because you can go through and you can eyeball that easily. If you see a day where it's like, where do I have it? It's pages and pages of 10/4/2023, 10/4/2023. Go back to that and see what happened. And with this, you can see you had a
I
huge
actually did that when all of those prints just came in with the 7 volume, and like what I think there's like 23. Is there, how many are there? 20 something, I think. I looked back
24.
all the way back. I scrolled down to see, and I'm like, wow, this is like a first, right? I don't never saw through everything that you send. I have not seen any with that kind of nonstop, like the same exact number coming in.
And what's so different is usually, okay, like on 10/4, look at the price and the spot price. Not that different. I mean, that's within like a wick that morning. You have on these a 10-point range.
Yeah.
Really interested to see what happens with these. Because I do not have the answer, and I'm not going to pretend like I have the answer because I do not know.
Yeah, I looked through all of yours. I'm like, that's definitely a first for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
It definitely is very interesting. And also, guys, when you watch the flow, you have to pay attention to the flow as well when you're trading. And remember, market makers, institutional buyers, these people that are filling their phantoms, they're not scalpers. They don't give a shit about your levels or your fibs or any of that stuff. They're here to make big money, and they're here to take your money. So especially retail's money. So you have to, these are great indications. They see everything we see. They probably see even more than what we see,
Right.
but just, if you play the levels, they usually work. And these are just like extra clues for us to see where the price might end up at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
or the end of the week. This is like really good stuff. This is just another tool that we added to our trading. But they don't just have dark pools on just SPY. They have dark pools on Tesla too, right? And like Apple and
So
Microsoft.
I was thinking if the demand was there, I watch IWM a lot because, it's one of my PSA 5. I love IWM. And there are phantom prints on IWM, but I don't know right now if it would be like worth spending so much time. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that. Maybe something after the holidays that I can incorporate. I also don't want to like spam everyone that much more with emails for a different ticker.
Yeah.
But I think SPY can be the most important because it is SPX. I mean, it's all your other tickers.
Well, yeah, SPX trades $1 trillion a day. So, it's the most money traded one out there.
Right.
Yeah, so that's good. That's really good stuff.
Thank you. So, yeah.
Do you guys have any other questions? Let me check Discord. Let's see if they have any questions. Nope, no
And always
questions in Discord.
email me if you have any questions, or like Discord me. I'll be around.
All right, and we can find you. What's your website again?
www.phantomspot.com. I will type it in both message threads.
Okay. And then yeah, if you guys have any questions for her, or if you guys want to learn more, check out her website. Hit her up on DMs on Twitter, and she'll answer all those questions for you guys. This was a great training. Thank you so much for your time. And if no one else has any other questions, we'll end the training with our last video. But you're Kelsey, you're gonna have to stream it back to Stocks Only on Discord.
Okay.
You're gonna have to share your screen, and we will end it there. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, RST, for hosting. And if for those that did not make this training and are really interested, we are recording it, so it will be on YouTube. And I will post the link on all the Discord channels, Telegram channels. I appreciate you guys for spending your Sunday with us. We're a little over an hour. You're welcome. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, and I apologize for that. But next time we will know how to stream back and forth from Discord to Zoom. It's just between the two people. So let's give that screen back to Stocks Only so you can play that video, and we are out. Everyone show up tomorrow morning. You're welcome. Everyone show up tomorrow morning, and let's rock and roll. Go ahead, Stocks.
Oh, I forget how I did this before.
I think you just share your screen to Discord.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you so much, Shar, by the way. You were so kind.
You're welcome.
Grateful.
There we go. So
Okay.
Stocks Only, it's yours.
Let me know if you can't hear it for some reason.
The lion is the king of the jungle, a symbol of power, strength, and courage. But what makes the lion such a formidable force? It's their mentality. Lions have a unique mindset that sets them apart from other animals. They are fearless, focused, and always on the hunt. And these qualities can inspire us to be better leaders in our own lives. So what can we learn from the lion mentality? Let's take a closer look. Fearlessness lions are not afraid to take risks and pursue their goals with confidence. Focus. Lions have a single-minded focus on their objectives, and they don't let distractions or obstacles deter them.
What?
Let's start the video all over again.
Okay. Restarting now.
The lion is the king of the jungle, a symbol of power, strength, and courage.
We can't hear.
Let me figure out why.
Hold on.
Can you hear it now?
But what makes the lion?
No. Kelsey has to start the screen. And she's gonna have to go to Discord.
Okay.
Okay, let's hit mute. Let's try to play it again.
All right, let me know.
The lion is the king of the.
Can you hear that?
Nope.
I am.
Stocks, are you on Zoom?
I'm not on Zoom anymore. No.
Yeah, well, you have to be on Zoom. I think. Right? No, you don't have to be.
Oh, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm just streaming the YouTube video.
Right. It's weird. It's not working.
I don't know why.
Kelsey, are you on mute on Zoom?
No.
Okay. So that's weird.
Unmuted on both.
Hold on, let me end the stream and restart it.
You could send me the link.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I won't be able to record it for the video though.
Oh,
That's fine.
oh, okay.
That's the problem. Yeah. How did you do it before?
Just like this. Can you? All right, here.
Jungle, a symbol of
You hear that?
No.
No. Yeah.
See, okay. So Shar, you're not in Discord.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back in Discord.
So maybe the sound's not coming through.
Okay, now try.
power, strength, and courage.
No.
You still can't hear it?
No.
I don't understand.
All right. Well,
It
sorry
was-
guys. I played the last video for you. Technical difficulties. This whole streaming thing. Next time we're gonna pick one thing and we're gonna stick to that. All right. Let me try one more thing because this is a really cute video and I wanted to show it. Kelsey, go back on streaming. All right, hold on.
The audio is coming through Discord according to the recording. So if you guys can't hear it,
Kelsey, can you get on Discord as well?
Yeah, I'm on.
she is on Discord.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now hit play.
The lion is the king of the jungle.
That's so crazy. It was working earlier.
That's the same exact thing I did earlier. I don't even know the option.
Okay, now play it.
A symbol of power, strength, and
Hear that?
Yeah. Okay, try it.
Should I?
Yeah.
The lion is the king of the jungle, a symbol of power, strength, and courage. But what makes the lion such a formidable force? It's their mentality. Lions have a unique mindset that sets them apart from other animals. They are fearless, focused, and always on the hunt. And these qualities can inspire us to be better leaders in our own lives. So what can we learn from the lion mentality? Let's take a closer look. Fearlessness lions are not afraid to take risks and pursue their goals with confidence. Focus. Lions have a single-minded focus on their objectives, and they don't let distractions or obstacles deter them. Resilience. Lions are tough and resilient, able to endure hardships and setbacks without giving up. Collaboration. Lions work together as a team, leveraging each other's strengths to achieve their goals. When I'm faced with a challenge, I channel my inner lion. I don't let fear hold me back, and I stay focused on what I need to do to succeed. Being a lion means being tough and resilient. I've faced a lot of setbacks in my career, but I've always bounced back stronger than before. Collaboration is key. I've learned to surround myself with a strong team of people who share my vision and can help me achieve my goals. The lion mentality is not just about being strong and fearless. It's about having the right mindset, the drive to succeed, and the willingness to work with others to achieve your goals. So if you want to be a fearless and motivated leader, take a cue from the king of the jungle and embrace the lion mentality.
This woman is
Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you so much. Okay, stop share.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks. See ya.
Recording.